You've got 5 more of those to come. Can you cope?
Yeah, I can. I hope. Listen, it is what it is. It's an incredible experience for me because I've been fortunate enough to work in the upper reaches of the Championship as a manager, Champions League as a Chelsea manager, and now to see this situation, and that's a big deal for me. And all I want to do is give my best to help this club stay in this Premier League. And today was a huge game for us. And when you see the fans turning up before the game, what they did to this game, they were man of the match. Yeah. They were people of the match. Because from men, women, youngsters, Everton, crazy, loved this club, and they pushed us over the line today.
It's disappointing because over the last 4 matches we have not enough points for what we want, and it is concerning because we have only 1 clean sheet in the last 4 matches, and it's far too easy to score against us, and we do. Because we cannot stop doing individual mistakes, obviously. It's absolutely unnecessary. If you concede a goal from something good, from something created from the opponent, okay, fair enough. But if we keep on giving goals away, it ends up in the results that we have recently.
Us as keepers, we work hard all week to make 1 or 2 saves, or how many saves you've got to make in a game. So it's rewarding when you make them, to help the team out, because they always help you out as well. So it's a team effort. When I'm called upon, I try my best to be in the way of the ball, and that's my job. If I get one on the keeper, then that's what it is.
It's in our hands to perform like we did today, and things that we can control, we control. Not worry about anyone else. Go and try and win games, and the way we played today has to be replicated.
We'll come on to Jordan Pickford and his kipper in a little while. Frank Lampard said after the game that he'd had to remind a few players of what he actually wants from them. And one of the things he said to Richarlison, to go with his work rate and his pressing, he wanted him to be more clinical.
And Richard will do that, to be fair. I've obviously worked with him at Watford, but what I thought about it today was he set the tone, he set the standard for everybody. And as you can see when we started to the VT, he's knackered here. This is towards the end, but literally from the first kick, he goes here, puts him right under the cosh. He doesn't even win this, but he gets his body in the way. And after 5 seconds, they get a free kick on the edge of the box. And he set the tone, got the crowd involved. And I thought this summed him up perfectly. We could have showed this 15, 20 times in the first half. There wasn't much quality, but he really got after him. And this is the start of the second half. And this is the goal, but loses out there, gets after him. Demarai Gray backs him up. And this is what Frank Lampard was talking about. It's a great finish. And I think his confidence came back after this goal as well. You saw a different style of him coming out, and having played with him, once he scores, he's actually a much better team player, believe it or not, because he wants his goal. He's that proper striker, and this is him all over here. Strong, wins it back, but then he's smart and cute enough just to get his body in the way. And look at the crowd there. They're all up. They're all after him. And this is what I'm saying. After the goal, he just took it on. He's got Reece James after him here, and he's just like, nah, I'm off, I'm going. Very direct. And if they can keep him in this vein of form, I think he could be the reason they stay up. I really do. I think throughout the spine of the team, they were great today. But he just gave everything for the cause.
It's interesting what you say about him because, I mean, you can see from what he did say, he always gives the impression of giving everything for the team. And he always seems to wear his heart on his sleeve as well. Sometimes, I was going to ask you, does he care too much sometimes, and that frustrates him? But it's about getting that first goal, you're saying?
Yeah, I think when he scores, his head comes back into it. As you say, he's all his heart, but then he just settles down, he finds his quality. He has tremendous quality as well, but I think his assist can be a little bit higher, and I think he can score more when he's a bit calmer in front of goal. And as Woody knows, when you get to that level, they're the best. They just go really cold in front of goal.
At the other end of the pitch, they haven't had him that often this season. But when they do have him, Yerry Mina makes a massive difference.
He's a huge difference for Everton. I mean, this season, he's played 10 of 33 and he's won 4 when they've played, and they've only won 9 all season, by the way. So that's how important he is to that side. But it's the spine of the team as well, with him in the middle. I played with a back 5 today, and he was the one in the middle, really pulling the strings, organising his back 5, what to do, where to go, and really just being the leader in the centre of that pitch. And they've struggled at times at centre-back this season. They've conceded too many goals. But you can see here, he looks like he's dictating, he reads it well, he goes short. It's OK being in your zone, but then you've got to go and press and make a difference.
And know when the right time is to do that.
Exactly, and he knows that he's a Colombian international. You see him strong in the air, moves his line up. They need to keep him fit all season, for the rest of the season, sorry. Him, Delph, Richarlison, Pickford, the spine of that team. There's only one winner there, him against Reece James. He wanted it more on that scenario. And here the ball comes in the box. Mina heads it out again. He needs to stay fit for the last remaining games. Really important for them.
You mentioned the problems they've had at centre-back. Do you think it's easier to lead a backline when you're in form yourself? And because if you're struggling for form, which some of them have been this season...
Yeah, well, he hasn't played a lot this season, but he's got great experience of being at Barcelona and being a top international player. So with him fit, he makes that a huge difference to the team.
It also helps if your goalkeeper's producing worldy saves, doesn't it?
Yeah, he made a couple, didn't he, today, to be fair. And anyone who knows Jordan, he does love it. He loves the cameras, he loves the hype, and he gets everyone involved. And like you said, he took one in the keeper for the team here. But this save here is what keepers up and down the country will be practising and never have to do. But when called upon, that's an unbelievable...
It's got to be one of the saves of the season. For me, considering the game, what it's for, and that save
It
there...
could be the save that... It's a bit hyperbolic, but it could be the save that keeps them up.
And that one there, takes it in the face, brave, comes out. I'm surprised it didn't knock him out, I'll be honest. That's a knockout blow.
And this one?
This is just because of the time, the nerves, but I actually expect him to save that. I don't think there's many places Kovacic can go. A lot of bodies there. It's a good save, gets it away from danger. And that's what it means to them all now. And they've got, 5 cup finals left and a big week coming up, with Watford and that coming on in the midweek.
Just before I have a look at those, there they are, which let's look at those now then. You've kind of, given Everton's home form, if they can get something out of those 2 away games, it doesn't half put the pressure on the other 2
That's the problem, chappers, when you look at the away form. 6 points all season away from home. The last victory was away at Brighton on the 28th of August. I mean, that isn't good enough for a team of Everton's standard. I mean, if they keep Mina fit and they keep that spine fit, then maybe more chance, but home form is imperative to win games. What
they've also managed to do today is they had that commitment in the Merseyside derby. They did have a couple of chances on the break, and last week we talked about, right, they've got to take that on. They've got to take it on. So the big positive is they've taken that commitment on again and got the win. Yeah, but I think respectfully as well, though, with Liverpool, you can't leave that space in behind. That's where you saw today when they're stepping in from the back. They're more confident of Chelsea are going to play and try and break you down, whereas Liverpool, you leave that space, Salah's in, Mane's in, any of them front 3 are in. So I think they're in a good place. We're about to go into Leicester, but based on where their season and their priorities lie, that'd be a good team you'd want to play now. And then obviously Watford are in a difficult situation as well. So them games, they won't need help getting up for that. As far as Chelsea are concerned, difficult to know what's going on inside the club. No, I'm doubting very few people would have predicted that they'd have to change ownership during the season. Do you think the uncertainty of what might happen to some players in their futures is affecting them on the field? I think so. Well, you've seen what's happened with Rudiger. He's already going to Real Madrid. You've got Azpilicueta, you've got Christensen coming at the end of their contracts. You've got Mason Mount, the last couple of years of his contracts. You've got teams sniffing around Reece James. These are uncertainties, and I'm sure Chelsea'd like to sign these players up for longer term because they're outstanding players. There is that uncertainty. Maybe they're thinking that they've already qualified for the Champions League and they've took the foot off the gas slightly in games. But the Lukaku situation as well hasn't helped. Yeah, so you're looking at him on the bench there. He doesn't look happy. So there's a lot of uncertainty, a lot of disappointment around Chelsea in the last few weeks, but they're going to have to liven up because the 2 behind them are still coming strong. Yeah, and we're going to see both of them. By the way, one other line from that is the FA are going to look at the are likely to look at the Richarlison throwing the flare back into the crowd.